God created politicians. I mean, if you look at it, why do I say God created politicians? I mean, politicians have been placed by humanity as supposedly the beings who are supposed to lead us, guide us, assist us in maintaining moral order and reminding us of what is suitable action within a community. Yet the people that we have placed in the position of politicians and world leaders are abusing their positions, and they are doing so in the name of greed and in the name of being able to take resources from countries, control people, direct people into situations where in the end many people do not have choices in their lives in how they have to participate in the world, what they have to do to survive, and this is all being done through how the governments place information, how the governments create laws, and how the governments will change information through the media so that people believe something about a situation, but 9 times out of 10, as we have seen for ourselves, and if you do your research behind the current events, you will see that what exists behind current events is not even what is being portrayed within the media. So the governments, who are the ones who are sitting at the top of the decision making with regards to what is portrayed in the media, what decisions are made, they are the ones who are deciding what the reason is for what is published in the media. So if they have this higher purpose and this higher understanding of what they are actually busy doing, which they are not telling the public, then that must mean that they have some greater understanding of what is best for humanity. Now, if you use basic mathematics and you look at what the politicians are actually doing, you will see that everything that they are doing is done from the point of greed. Therefore, their entire power base is to have power, take dominion, and control people into positions in the capitalist system that the rich can make more money. Therefore, God must have created politicians because, I mean, they have this higher intelligence, this higher understanding of what to do with humanity, how to influence humanity, and they understand how the mind works. They use scientists to divert the facts away from how the mind really works, to publish facts and theories about how the mind works, which is not really how it works, but all information that is portrayed to people is done in such a way that it is done from control. So therefore, politicians exist for the pure reason of their own reasons. They're not doing what is best for all. If they were doing what is best for all, they would use their power base in every single situation to absolutely do what is best for all. They're not doing that. Therefore, they are acting with absolute power, basically just for greed. And this absolute power must have come from somewhere. I mean, if you now dissect what the politician stands for, you will see that something must have created this absolute power, this intelligence, this ability to manipulate the masses. I mean, every single human being can see what the politicians of each country are actually doing. And it's not that you have to be a rocket scientist to figure this out, people. You can just look for yourself and use basic maths to see that what the elite do is they control and direct information so that people participate in the capitalist system, so that the rich get richer. It's really not that difficult, and the politicians are the ones who have the ability to make laws and direct people so that everything in the money system remains the same. That's the only reason why politicians exist. Look at it for yourself. They do not exist to do what is best for all within a country. They do what they can do to maintain power within a particular country and to maintain their own power. It's not even about personal power or to maintain a healthy world. It is about the power of the politician and the power that is gained through money. So God in all of his greatness, if he was to exist, and people, religious people who claim that God exists, God must have then created politicians who have higher intelligence, they have the ability to manipulate and control, and they have the ability to, all they need to do to say to people is that this is God's country, and God created everything that is here, and God created the American, and God created the money system, and all that they need to do is they need to just use the name of God. And what do? People follow religiously. They have this higher faith that God knows what He is doing, and what do? They hand over all of their resolve to the politicians, because they see them as being this higher power, meaning they know what to do, and they have the power, and they have the intelligence and the resources to take care of the people in the country. And therefore people feel helpless that they themselves cannot stand up for an equality-based world system. They cannot come up with any solutions or implement any solutions, because the politicians are supposed to do that, as if they are from God. And the politicians have the power and the brains and the means and the resources. Therefore politicians must be from your God, and your God must have created fucked up, dishonest politicians that control you simply because you have placed it so. Remember, when we do these videos like the God Created series, we're not saying we believe in a God. We are saying that in your own tacit agreement, you have made it so. You have said that, first of all, a God exists who sits in the sky and waits for shit to happen to you, His creation, and His reason and excuse to you in the holy books is it is God's plan. What do you do as the follower? You justify all the abuse in the world, such as politicians, because it just somehow makes sense that it must be right that we have politicians, and God made everything the way it is. It's very easy for the people who have money left at the end of the month to take care of themselves to say, oh well, what can I do about the politicians? What can I do about the taxes? I can kind of see that the politicians are not doing what is best for all, but what can I do about that? The only reason why people say that is because you have your life to carry on with. You have money left in your bank account every month to live your comfortable life. The minute that is taken away and you are left with nothing, the exploitation within your country is so severe that you are either not earning a salary, or you are earning minimum wages, or you are in a career position where you are basically not even getting money, like many of the wage workers and the minimum workers in countries where they basically just have a place to sleep and they get given a bowl of food. I mean, once you are in that situation, then you can actually see, oh wait, I have nothing to live for. I don't have my little house in my suburbia bubble with my little family and, my friends that I can hang out with. I don't even have that, and that is where people start questioning, but wait a minute, something is wrong. Unfortunately, those people do not have a voice. They do not have the internet. They do not have money for public transportation to participate, for example, in when one is given the opportunity to vote for a party that is presenting some common sense. They do not have that ability. They're just basically surviving. Those of us who are in a position that we can actually go onto the internet, we can participate in equality-based solutions, we can do our research, we can go into forums where they discuss world solutions. Those of us who are in the fortunate position to do that, I would suggest place yourself in the shoes of every single person who does not have a voice and who is being left in those abusive situations because you are too comfortable in your life to, first of all, you're too scared to say anything about the governments or to participate on forums where they speak about what's really going on in the world. You're too scared because you're scared the system will take its support away. And secondly, because the system is abusing you and your money is being taken for taxes and your money is being used by the governments to abuse countries and people in minority situations, because you're just so glad at the end of the day that you do have your little house and your little family. That is why you don't speak up, because, man, I understand, you've just worked a whole week. You don't want to on the weekend still have to participate in anything but just actually hanging out in front of the TV. Yet, look at it for yourself. You stand equal to every single person. You will understand that you could have been that person. Your children can become that person. Your children's children, as you see the economic systems folding in on themselves and things becoming more chaotic within the monetary system and greed becoming more excessive, you understand that eventually one of your children's children will most likely be in a situation where they are living in a country where there is recession, where they are earning minimum wages. Look in America, for example, how many people actually earn minimum wages? That is an example of taking note of what is actually happening in the capitalist system, the downward spiral that we are experiencing, and then it gives one the opportunity to actually take a stand for what is best for all to stop these cycles. Thank you very much.